I'm out here coaching Sean a little bit. Sean's the winner of the Java bow from the Black Rifle BRCC Gives raffle that we did. And we're out here doing a little bit coaching. And I'm gonna show Sean an important thing about the draw cycle, honing in specifically to the release hand and what the release hand is doing during that draw cycle. So I'll show you a couple videos I've taken of Sean already where he's drawing the way that you did when you first got here. And to show you what that is, as he's drawing, instead of having his release hand in the same position as he would be at full draw, he's doing a very common thing, whereas you're grabbing that release and you're literally trying to pull it back like this with pretty much with bicep strength. And as soon as you turn that pinky down and you have to clench the hand like this to pull back, a couple things are happening. You're creating a ton of tension in the shoulder and the bicep. And what happens when you're here to try to then lift this thing up into your position, your whole scapula moves up and your arm isn't pivoting inside of that socket correctly. The whole scapula is moving up. And what happens is when he does have that shot break, because there's so much tension through that whole system, the ability to follow through is really minimized. It's one, as soon as you break, everything kind of stops because there's so much tension in that shoulder. But the other thing too is you're not having a really good line back here. You're low like this, then you're trying to bring this up again with all that tension here and down here. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna have him do what's called mirroring, and I've talked about this in the past, but as he raises his bow towards the target, I told him to pretend like he knows exactly where this release hand should be in the full draw position and keep it in that position. Draw back to the edge of the face. When the bow stops, you then bring this over to your face. So you've got this triangle stops here, and then as the elbow comes up and over, you just bring that triangle lightly to the edge of your face. Now, one of the things that's critical to me whenever I'm watching draw cycle is that this elbow isn't coming beneath this shoulder and the fist of the drawing hand coming down to the pec and then trying to bring that whole system up and over. It just isn't efficient. Everything about archery is efficiency, minimizing the muscles that are used so that if you're tired, like you said you were today, you're not having to use more tired muscles that are going to be more inconsistent. So bring that hand up. You can see my elbow is above the shoulder. I'm drawing with the center of my rhomboids, and I'm pulling the arm back till it stops, and then I'm just lifting that elbow to bring my release hand into position. And what's going to happen from that little small movement of bringing that elbow into my position is now I've actually loaded the part of my back, the small little rhomboid at the top that's responsible for continuing to pull that elbow till the shot breaks. And because there's more relaxation throughout that whole shoulder, you're actually going to have a better follow through because most of that whole system is relaxed. So let's go ahead and I'm going to turn this around. We're going to work with them for a second, and I'll be able to show you not only the before, but also the after and how the follow through happens too. We'll get a little bit of feedback. Good job. Elbows there. Yep. Now this elbow is now coming into position. Way more efficient here. Exactly. This now actually came across here for the first time. So let's go ahead and do one more. How much would you say your follow through was prior to you being here? Like when your shot broke?
Very little. I would just I'd be like this and then just kind of jerk back.
About that far, an extra inch or so?
Yep.
Okay. So let's watch this again, everybody. And so now he's raising his bow up, the elbow's up, this rear line's parallel now. And as this elbow now comes over, The load is going right here, which is what is going to be used as this elbow comes. There it is. The release hand comes over the shoulder. That is about 95% more efficient than what you just had.
For sure.
All right, let's do one more good one right here. And because you're not pulling so hard like this to come back, you're able to keep your hand straighter when you're coming back in that position there.
Right.
Yep. Parallel, parallel. Loads there, good job. And that elbows, boom, dude, nice.